All right, today we're going to continue to talk about the one, the only, the Encinitas area here in San Diego. And honestly, I haven't done enough videos on Encinitas, which is pretty darn sad because I know this area so well. So today, that's exactly what I want to do, is break down the good and the bad of Encinitas. So let's get after it. Welcome back, or maybe this is your first time here and you like to know everything there is to know about living right here in San Diego. Make sure you tap that subscribe button down below. My name is Nick and you guys are reaching out all the time and we absolutely love helping you out. So if you're thinking about making a move here in a week, a month, or even a year, just shoot us a text, shoot us an email, or just straight up give us a call so we can help you save a lot of time and just help you make a smooth move to, I guess, Encinitas if you're watching this. Or maybe after you watch this, you won't want to be in Encinitas. But either way, let's just get straight into this and talk about one of the pros. Now, the first one is going to be the walkability here. Now, Encinitas is hands down one of the most walkable areas in all of San Diego, in my opinion, especially in those coastal regions. And even if you're not going to be west of the 5, that's where most of the walkability is, you will have for sure some bikeability, or I guess we'll call it nowadays e-bikeability. I feel like everybody has an e-bike except me, so maybe I should probably get one. But anyways, if you're in one of these coastal towns, especially Encinitas, if you have an e-bike, you can get around pretty much everywhere you need to be, because these cities are, or I should say Encinitas City is very self-sustainable. It's kind of like a work, live, play lifestyle. But going back to the walkability, if you're in some of these areas like Lucadia or downtown Encinitas or Cardiff, you literally can get around without a car. It's very awesome. You're gonna have a ton of food, a ton of shopping, all within those areas. So it's really nice to not have to drive. And if you're looking for a place with walkability, you know, Encinitas should be definitely high up on your list. And that's actually a great segue into our first con, which is going to be the prices here in Encinitas. Now, obviously, there's a ton of great pros that I'm going to mention, and walkability was just one of them. When you have things like this, it creates a big demand, and prices just seem to skyrocket in areas like this. Now, I'm not specifically talking about all the other, cost of living prices when it comes to grocery shopping, utilities, all that stuff. It's pretty much going to be the same as it would be in anywhere else in San Diego County, but the home prices in specific is what I'm talking about. Now, real estate markets will go up, they will go down, but over the past 2-3 years, the median home value in Encinitas has been right around 1.4 all the way up to about $1.6 million. So what that really means is it is very expensive here, especially compared to a lot of other areas in San Diego County. It's nearly double the median home value of just San Diego County in general. So it's for a lot of great reasons, and it's because a lot of people want to be here. Some of these homes here are absolutely stunning, and you have kind of every type of living. If you want like a master plan, kind of a newer community feel, or you want an older custom home, a big estate, I mean, properties will go well up to about, I would say, over $12 million, especially those Ocean Bluff ones over there in Lucadia. So it's something you need to expect, but overall, when it comes to prices here, you probably won't even find a single family home until you have about $1.2 million. And even at that price range, you're not gonna have a lot of options. And if you do see something, you're probably gonna need a renovation budget too. So you're gonna have some older homes that are outdated as well. But when it comes to townhomes and condos, you will certainly have options starting at about $650,000. You won't have a ton of options, nor will they be giant townhomes, but you will have options. So it's something you really want to, pay attention to and understand when it comes to the real estate prices here. Now, what I will say is this is really where we shine, and as much as we love making these videos for you guys, we love helping you with your real estate needs even more, and we just love to help get you into the right neighborhood that's right for you and your family, because we know Encinitas like the back of our hand. All right, so for our second pro, it's going to be the beaches. The beaches here in Encinitas are hands down some of the best beaches in all of San Diego County. Now, you do have some good contenders up there in Carlsbad. You have some really gorgeous beaches down in La Jolla, but Encinitas, I don't know what it is. These beaches are just so awesome, and if you're anything like me and you love just being at the beach or jumping in the ocean, or maybe you like surfing, you're gonna have some really good surf breaks here throughout Encinitas, and you're gonna have a ton of beach access, which is really good too. You have some really great beaches like Grandview, you have Beacons, you got Stone Steps, you got Moonlight, you got Swamis. You get the picture with how many beaches there are. So that's one of the beauties of it with the beach access. I will say a lot of bluffs here in Encinitas, so you do have to walk down a good amount of stairs to get to some of these beaches. But if you go to Moonlight or George's, which is just north, or I should say it's just right outside of Cardiff, these beaches will be pretty flat, so you have some easy beach access. But man, you can't get enough of these beaches, and I think once you either go down to them or spend some time there, you'll understand what I'm saying. The second con is going to be the weekend visitors and the tourists here. Now, there's a big difference between actually visiting a place for a weekend and calling this place home for the long term. And what I mean by that is the population in Encinitas is only about 65,000 people. So it's not exactly a huge city here in San Diego, but during these summer months and some of these weekends where there's really nice weather or a holiday weekend, this place can get completely jam-packed. I mean, you have a lot of bed and breakfasts over there. You have some really nice high-end hotels. So it's really been kind of a tourist attraction for the last 4 or 5 years, when Encinitas over the last 20, 30 years was really just kind of a sleepy kind of surf town. But one thing I will say, and I didn't really notice this until I would say my early 20s, I used to work at a Mexican restaurant. You might have heard of it, Las Olas, and it's right there in Cardiff, right on the beach right there. And I remember, I loved it. I served tables there, but I remember right when the summer months would hit, right around May, and the kids would get out of school, it was like a light switch. It would be busy for 3 months straight, every single day, every night. It was busy, which was great. I mean, I was stoked. I was loving it. I was making some great tips, and so was everybody else in the city of Encinitas. But one thing I will say is after summer ends, it is amazing, because I'd say right at the end of August, September, all the way through pretty much November, you have some of the best days here, and you'll really start to see these tourist crowds kind of go away. So if you're a local here, or you're going to be a local here, you're really going to enjoy it a lot more after the summertime months. And I'm also a little curious, maybe you've lived in Encinitas in the past, maybe you still live there today. What are some of your positives and negatives? All right, this next pro is going to be really important, especially if you have kids, or maybe you're planning on having kids in the future, or maybe you don't have kids, or the kids are all moved out and schools don't really matter much anymore. Either way, put your business cap on for Encinitas, because these are some of the best schools in the entire San Diego County. And you have a couple different school districts going on. You have the San Diego Union High School District, which is going to be a lot of middle schools through high schools. Those are going to be rated, or I should say that school district is rated either number 1 or number 2, according to niche.com. I'll actually have that pop up right here. And then you also have the Encinitas Union High School District, which is going to be a lot of elementary schools and some middle schools as well. So the schools here in the education system, you probably are not going to find anything much better than Encinitas. And it's also why prices are so darn high here. It's because a lot of people want to put their kids through these public school systems here in Encinitas. All right, so pretty sure we're on the third con now, and this one's going to be the Overcast Days. Now, Overcast Days, this is something you're really going to have to put up with or get used to, especially in any of the coastal cities in San Diego County. And I live in a coastal area myself, and it's something I really had to acclimate to and just kind of get used to and put up with, because I'm very weather driven, and the sun doesn't always come out here on the coast. And you could go 10-15 minutes inland and it could be beautiful and sunny. It's really, really odd, but it's just something that happens here. And I would say it mostly is going to be happening anytime from about May. We've all heard of May gray, June gloom. It's pretty much May through July. You'll get some sunny days. Sometimes you don't always get them. But a day like this, it may not look like I'm close to the coast, but I'm literally a mile away, and it's been a sunny day ever since I woke up at 6:30 a.m. So I love days like this. My energy is completely different, but it's something you're really going to want to pay attention to, because sometimes not all of Encinitas is going to be overcast and gloomy during those months, because like I said, you could just go east of the 5 or maybe 10 minutes away from the coast and it could be beautiful and sunny, but you want to hop in the car, let's say, and drive over to the beach, it'll be kind of overcast, gray. It's a little depressing. So it's just something you really want to pay attention to. Now we're closing in on our final pro and our final con. Now the last pro that I'm going to share is going to be the food and the shopping here in Encinitas. Now, it's unlike any other place, in my opinion, in San Diego County, and it's a place where, like I said, it's very self-sustainable, and you can literally get it all done in Encinitas. Work, live, sleep, play, all of it is right there, especially if you have an e-bike, like I said, you're gonna be good to go. But besides that, the shopping here, you're gonna have a whole different array of options. Now, you do have some of the big brand names, you got the Target, you got a Walmart, you're gonna have a Trader Joe's, you're gonna have a Sprouts. There's no Costco, although there is one just north in Carlsbad, but you have all those big names like you need. I don't know about you, but I need a Target, within 10 minutes of me. you're gonna have that. And you also have, you know, some other kind of shopping too. If you want to go retail shopping, you got some really cute small businesses in downtown areas like Encinitas, Cardiff, Lucadia. It's going to be a whole different feel there. And then you also have the Forum, which is a big shopping center. You got the Urban Outfitters, you got a Lululemon, an Apple store, restaurants, you got a bunch of things in there. But going on to the food here, the food is on a different level, and I would say Encinitas has some of the best food in all of North County, San Diego. And I live, you know, 20-30 minutes north of it, and me and my girlfriend are driving down there weekly, sometimes daily, to go get food, because they have all of our favorite foods down there. They have a ton of options, whether you want, you know, some fine dining or you want something more casual, a little bit more on the less expensive side. You're gonna have every type of option there, so it's really good when it comes to that. And like I said, the downtown area in Cardiff and Lucadia, you're gonna have some great dining options there. And even if you go a little bit inland, you're gonna have some of those bigger names like we've all heard that we probably go to: Chipotle, Cava, Wahoo's, things like that. So you're gonna have some great food and shopping options as well. For our final con, it's going to be the traffic. Now, the traffic here in Encinitas, it kind of has two sides of the story. So during the summer months, and especially during those peak hours, you know, from 8 to maybe 9 a.m. and from 4 to 6 p.m., you're gonna see a ton of traffic, whether it's summer or not. But during the summertime, and especially on the weekends, whether it's summer or not, you're gonna see a lot of congestion, because in the coastal areas of Encinitas, you have a ton of 2-lane roads, so it gets backed up really fast. You have a lot of bikers and cyclists who take the 101 down, so you have to go into another lane to kind of avoid them and make sure you're not hitting them. So it can add a little bit more to your driving experience, I would say. But we got good podcasts nowadays and music, so we can kind of cool down with that. But besides that, the Interstate 5 is going to be your main highway, which goes through Encinitas. It's going to go north, take you up to Carlsbad Oceanside, or you can head south on it. But I would say overall, Interstate 5, you know, right through Encinitas, it doesn't get too bad. Sometimes there's some traffic and there's some unpredictable car accidents and things like that. But as you start to head north, you're going to see a lot more traffic, and as you start to head south, you're going to see more traffic as well. So it's not too bad on Interstate 5 right outside of Encinitas, but just know that these roads, you know, off the main highway, they can get pretty congested pretty darn quick. Now, maybe you found out that Encinitas is the right place for you, or maybe it's not. That's what me and my team are here for, and it just takes one conversation for you guys to reach out so we can really understand what you guys like, what you don't like, and just help get you in the right neighborhood so you're not moving to the wrong area. That's what we want to make sure you're not doing. So our contact info is down below. We'd love to hear from you. Feel free to reach out, and make sure you check out a couple of these videos right here.